King Aries.
AJ Ram, and we here salute, and you are now watching BunDat podcast.
Yeah.
I think that's
BunDat podcast.
I think that's the intro. I think we got that.
That's it right there.
All right. So as you've just seen, that's gonna be our intro. Don't worry, intro music, all of that, promos, endings, instrumentals. That's all coming soon.
Yeah, we're growing.
Yeah.
What's up, beautiful people?
Always.
And to the non-beautiful people, what's up? I see you. You know,
grateful.
The glow up is coming.
We're grateful. We already glow. We glowing already.
I'm the one that the people who might not have glowed up yet.
Hey,
your time is coming.
Hey, man.
Yeah? 2020 cleansed it for you.
Look, man, we gonna make your week beautiful. So go ahead. Yeah, what was we talking about? We was talking about well, we gonna start on the positive. So Black Boy Joy. So again, for those that don't know, what's Black Boy Joy, okay?
Black Boy Joy, yeah, is like, I'll give you examples. Like, I love basketball.
Yeah.
You love basketball.
Yes.
Obviously. When I get on the court, I'm a killer.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I'm taking ankles, I'm making buckets, I'm doing all that crazy shit.
Posting you up,
I'm a Kobe fan. So
yes.
I'm an animal.
That's it.
R.I.P. Kobe. But every now and then, I would just take my car, look at the map of the city, and go to a random park. It could be in South, it could be anywhere, and I would just pull up. And I wouldn't even play. I would just sit there and I would just watch the kids and just enjoy the game and enjoy them. And do you know what I mean? And, you know, give them little tips here and then. And you know what I mean? Just black boys out here sweating, dunking, shooting, missing, learning, you know.
Yeah.
My phone's not on silent.
My phone is, but I had to make sure that's not silent. Before.
You know what shocked me the most? The fact that my phone's even on me on this. Because I made a point to not even have my phone on me.
I put my phone on the ground. See, we can't be good.
When I heard that, I was like, wait, how's my phone even on me?
Is that the car or the phone or... But yeah. So you were saying that's Black Boy.
So Black Boy, I go and just watch them. I watch them play, I talk to them. You know what I mean? Just, you know, sometimes I have some water with me because I know they don't, you know, you're so hungry to go play, you don't even have like,
you don't bring nothing.
Do you know what I mean? And yeah, just, it gives me joy just, you know, remembering when I was that size, when I was that age, when I was that athletic. And I try to bring them joy, but, you know, enjoying their game, clapping, giving props where it's due. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not always like, oh, ball, just play it, kill, whatever. You know what I mean? Black Boy joy, I like just going out there and enjoying watching the sport and bringing joy to the other boys playing the sport. That's just one example of Black Boy Joy that I always make sure, you know, give back to the youth, feedback, you know, and just cheering, man. Yeah. You know how dope it feels when you do something
and everyone, whoo,
someone that you know is way older and way better than you is clapping?
Man.
Like,
that's what it was though, isn't it? You wanted that recognition and whatnot when you was born and coming up. You wanted people to know you was nice.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of it nowadays because when I was younger, it was a thing. I always had elders and they always looked up for me. Yeah. They always, you know, sent me shop, gave me money to get drinks, gave me advice, steered me. Yeah. Especially when they saw that I was talented in certain things, steered me away from other stuff. I always had that. And nowadays, like,
it's not there.
It's like, it's not cool to give advice or to send love or to rate the youngest. Yeah. It's only cool to criticize the youngest now. Like, what's going on? It's like all the oldest are just haters now, and
that's the ones that are still around.
It's crazy. Yeah, and then there's not a lot of oldest around. Yeah, you're right. So it's like it's that's how I grew up, and I think it helped me a lot. It gave me a lot of Black Boy joy to see people that look like me but were way further on in life. Giving me wisdom and also, you know, telling me when I did something good. Do you know what I mean?
Support.
Telling me when I did something good because it was like, what? Yeah? Do you know what I mean?
You start to believe in yourself.
Like, yeah. Yeah, man. Shout out to some of the old heads, you know. Phil, yeah? This might get to you at one point. Shout out to Phil. Took me under his wing as a lefty and just taught me my jumping technique because I was flying past the rim. So shout out to Phil, and then taught me just to let the game come to me. Julian worked with my shooting. Who else? Flipping Fred. You know, when I got blocks and stuff, helped me to use the body in the air. Like, do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like people just see you doing something, they just think, oh my God, you just put all that work in yourself. And it's like,
right.
So it takes a community, man. Takes a community. You know what I mean?
Just to add on to Black Boy Joy as well, it's literally just the act of happiness and elation in almost anything that you choose to do. I feel like it's not spoken about enough. I feel like when it's something positive, it doesn't get enough like light. It doesn't get enough attention. And I feel like that's what Black Boy Joy is about. In a society where men and boys in general have just been put in a negative. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're just there. They don't got no option. They can't clear it up. They can't nothing. I feel like Black Boy Joy is literally shining a positive light on black boys and black men being happy, doing whatever it is they choose to love. So you use the example of basketball. It could be Black Boy Joy for anything. Like this, for instance. This is a physical manifestation of Black Boy Joy. Like literally doing something you love. Spreading that positive energy, being happy, encouraging each other, like, you know, lifting each other up and stuff like that amongst black males, whether it's older or younger, babies, it don't matter. Like, it can be, I seen an example of it in a barbershop, and this was onto it before I understood it, and we're gonna get to that. And the young kid was getting his haircut, and he didn't want to get his haircut, but all the elders, literally like what you said, it takes a village, right? So everyone that was there, they were all gassing him up. As soon as he finished getting his haircut, they were, woo! Yeah! Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. They were gassing it, and it was that community of like, you know, yeah, you got your haircut, like, you know, you looking sharp, like, and they made him feel great. You need that. You know? You definitely need, especially when you growing up, you need that positive impact. You need it. And it might not mean a lot to other people. Some people that don't like getting their haircut won't understand it. Some people that are black and don't get their haircut won't understand it. That's very rare, by the way. My point is, that like, hey, there was a point in time where you cut your hair. So we not even gonna go there. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But my point is, it's that encouragement. They all wanted him to be happy. So they all input that energy into him. Because he did not want to get a haircut. He did not want to sit in that chair. Yeah. He didn't know that that's part of your nurturing process. That's part of you growing up as a young mate. Literally grooming yourself. Literally. Like, that's where you go to get yourself fixed up. If you're not going there, you go into if you got your hair, you go into the salon. You're going to go get, that's part of your hygiene, fixing up, cutting your hair, doing something.
Braid it or cut it.
Cutting it.
Those frets.
Yeah. Like,
braid it or cut
fix it. Fix.
Do something with it.
Which is how you know I'm suffering right now. Anyway.
Hey man, braid it or cut it.
The homie said I'm in that in-between stage because I got the fro, I don't know what to do. My point is, like, you're inputting into someone else. Whether you're in a group, whether you 2, 3, whatever. You're all carrying that positive energy, and that's where the hashtag came from. Little games that people would play and stuff. And everyone just hyping each other up. Like the Don't Leave Me challenges and all
Take
that.
me with you.
Everyone
I get a lot of Black Boy Joy from that.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that are in Africa.
Yes,
they come
that's
out
where
with
it
stuff.
started. That's where it started. So big up back home.
Especially the Nigerians, because they come out with stuff where I'm just like, because I go check mine out. I'm doing a couple.
We gotta do so.
Someone else gets me and I'm like, bro, I didn't figure that.
Yeah.
Because it's so genius. Like, it's so like, wait,
so
what?
witty.
Like, I get it, a lot of it is like cheesier stuff, but some of it is like, mind blow, like, yo, what? Rewind.
Rewind that. Some funny ones, man. But that's my point. Like, it starts somewhere, and I'm just glad that it started at home in the origins, and it blew up. Now there's Don't Leave Me challenges everywhere.
Yo, I love Don't Leave Me challenge.
And it's a part of the example of what it is to have Black Boy Joy. Do you know?
Let me throw the disclaimer.
That energy. But yeah, go ahead.
We have to throw the disclaimer.
What's the disclaimer?
It's YouTube, isn't it?
What?
So Black Boy Joy does not mean or endorse the views of you cannot partake in his joy.
Oh no.
If you're not black or if you're not a male. Black Boy Joy encompasses joy for people of all sexes.
Oh no.
Yeah. All races. And all forms of not having joy, you can still be classed in Black Boy Joy. We're a very exclusive hashtag. Okay? So, yeah, continue.
It's us, but yeah. Anyway, that's all I'm saying.
You have to put that in there.
I know.
They're gonna cancel you.
It's gonna change soon. Let them cancel me.
Sexist,
I'm talking
racist.
about something positive. So if y'all want to take something positive and flip it, be my guest. It just shows how negative you are. You're gonna mess me because I'm a battle rapper. I flip stuff all the time, and he's all eyes too. So there's no use. My point is,
they can tell my artist. I'm in a silk shirt.
you see,
long hair.
you see,
Like they don't like.
like he is a rock star. He's a rock star. That's just what he. Y'all ain't seen the full fit. Don't let him fool. He got the full. If y'all see the full
No, you know
fit,
what? The slides.
it looked like he just got off stage. Like it looked like he just finished rocking 13,000.
I'm only wearing
like.
slides because I played ball on Saturday, first day of the year, like proper ball, like proper training, like proper. I was playing against big guys.
Okay.
Like tossing, your trash talk was hurting my feelings, so that's why I didn't talk back.
Okay.
So I know he was bare backed, like, right, why am I trash talking this guy? He's got very many tossers on my team.
Oh.
It trash talk was hurt my feelings. That's why I didn't talk back. I'll take everything personally. It was my first day back.
Hey.
But yeah, so my feet are hurt.
That's the
So I got
okay.
slides on.
Listen, if you lot see his full fit, do just come like Prince Akeem. He just came through silk shirts like. And
This is a gift.
See,
I don't even think it was like birthday. I think it was like just cause. Thank you, thank you. I mean, amazing people.
so that's my point. You see, like
Give me Black Boy Joy.
that's it. You embody that. So we had to start there. And I just want to transition into and also to add to the disclaimer, those are what I understand as Black Boy Joy. So don't take my word for it as it's
those are
fact.
examples. Yeah,
those are just examples.
There's hundreds
and
more.
my own interpretation of what I believe and what King Aries believes is Black Boy Joy.
And
There's
we hope you're getting Black Boy Joy from watching us.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's about. That's
And
what
if
it's
you
about.
are, like, share, subscribe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let them know. Spread it. Spread the joy, man. Spread the joy. We here for y'all every week.
Alright, let's get negative now. Twitter.
So to transition, we talked about how trend has the positive effects, and that's what's positive. Positive things trending. Unfortunately, especially in this climate, the negative things have had way more impact and way more of a trend, especially on the app like Twitter, than the positive stuff has. In recent times, so many people have passed away. There's been laws named after the death of certain people, like Breonna Taylor, like George Floyd, and people like that. Out here, we're not so lucky. So there isn't no Rashawn Charles law. There isn't a, there's so many others. I don't even want to get into it. There isn't a Julian Cole. There isn't a Mark Duggan. There isn't all these people. There's no law based on the unfair and unjust causes of these people that die. Rest in peace to all those people. I'm not missing out nobody on purpose. These are just names that just immediately come to mind. In the UK. And that is for anybody that says, oh, well, the UK is not as bad as America. No, the UK is not as big as America. The UK does not have the same sort of mainstream push and amount of people.
Where do people want to compare her?
You can't compare pain. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Crazy.
Pain is pain. You can't compare pain.
Crazy.
And that's the point. The point is, on an app like Twitter, you can get lost in seeing so much because a lot of people run to the app because it's so accessible. It's right there. It's free. You're not paying for nothing.
Tweet.
Right at the tip of your fingers. And you get it out there. A lot of people liking it, retweeting it, blowing it up, quote tweeting it. Before you know it, 11,000 people have seen it. Before you know it, 100,000, and it's all negative.
That's what gets the retweets.
So in show business, they say sex sells. They say all of this stuff. Negative press is still good press. All that rubbish. I believe Twitter has become like the new news space.
Cesspool.
Right? And it got to a point where I just could not take seeing my people die anymore on that app. I could not take another case of an unjust person, an unjust cause, the systems failing to do something about the same thing that they've based the system on, which is protection and service. So, Breonna Taylor's killers are still out there. They have not been arrested, unfortunately. I believe they should be arrested. There's so many others. Man. And just talking about it puts me in a negative space. Thinking about it puts me in a negative space, even though I have to live it every day. So my point is, the skin that we in has somehow become a target for people that don't look like us, and a lot of people use Twitter to vent their frustrations, along with Instagram and other places.
But Twitter is just
like it's crazy.
Tweet.
So I chose to personally uninstall the app, and I will not be going back to it until I feel like I'm in a mental space where I can literally just where I don't feel like it will have that much of an impact. I don't know when that's gonna be.
I think I can probably help people. I think it would be good to talk, because just the decision that you just made.
Yeah, as what you did, it's off my phone.
I don't think some people even know they can do that. Not saying they don't know they can do that, as in to think about that.
Yeah, because literally I just uninstalled the app. I didn't delete it, so it's there. I can have it whenever I want. But Denzel said something. I think they were interviewing him about the phones and stuff, and he was just like, "Well, who controls the phone? Do you control the phone, or does the phone control you?" And then they was just like, "Well, what do you mean?" And he was just like, "Well, can you put it down? Can you turn it off? You know, how much do you really use the phone? How much do you need the phone?" And when he started talking in those bands, this is an actor, by the way, that a lot of people don't expect much from, even though he's one of the greatest actors ever. But to hear him talk on that level, at the time, I just felt like it was smart. Now that I'm like in a certain transitional period in my life, especially in a lockdown where you're forced to think and come up with things, and as a creative, like, we absorb things way differently.
Yep.
Do you know? So it got to a point where I would wake up, first thing I'm doing, Twitter. That's the first thing I'm doing. Like,
because there's that button saying
right there.
The latest,
right there.
There's that button that you need to refresh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
sometimes they refresh on its own. Yeah. Sometimes they give you updates. Like, they give you updates on their own. So it just got to a point. I remember what I did was I uninstalled it for like a few hours. I said, okay, I'm done. Then I reinstalled it. As soon as I went back on it, I got pissed off. As soon as that's the only app
that, because I don't take none of this stuff seriously, social media, but that's the only app that can piss me off.
Yeah.
Like, it can catch me off guard.
Yeah.
And it's hard to like piss me off. I don't take that of it seriously.
Right.
I'll see something, it's like, raw, how can man tweet that?
Come on.
With his chest.
Come on, bro. I seen, and that's what we were talking about. We were talking about. Like, it's a bunch of males throwing black females in bins.
Yo.
Hitting people with skateboards. I'm getting
that.
like
I ain't seen the video.
I don't want you to see it because you break something.
Okay. It's gonna be a trend here. A lot of times gonna be a video, and I'm gonna be like, I ain't seen the video because I don't watch stuff.
Right.
Like he said, creators, we take things.
We take things way differently. So these things that I'm gonna touch on were part of the reasons why I just had to get rid of it. I couldn't do it. So, Queen, I do not know your name, and I don't want to be disrespectful by not saying it, but just know that I saw what happened to you. The people that did that to you do not deserve any sort of recognition, but I have to speak on this because of how much it impacted me, and I'm all the way in London. So if I can get impacted here, imagine the people that's where you are, what they felt. Now there's a positive side to that, like what happened in there before I understood that. But basically, I don't know what the beginnings of this incident was, but
there's nothing a girl can do.
There's nothing to me because it don't make sense.
Especially a pandemic, like the
it doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
Just to put a human being in the bin.
There's no way to justify what happened. But they physically, well, not they, because I think it was one person and they were all recording it. So you guys were all part of it. One guy literally just picked her up and put her in a trash bin. Now I think they were asking her to do something and she didn't do it or whatever. I don't know whether they were playing a game.
What was their angle? Did they thought it was funny or?
I think they were trying to embarrass her or something. I don't know because I couldn't focus. I was still thinking about like what could make you pick somebody up like that and put them in the trash.
That's crazy.
I can't fathom that. So they picked her up and they were literally. They tried to make it a reasonable thing. Oh, just go in there. Just lie down. Just get in there. Just get in the bin.
What?
I'm serious. They were saying
this video sounds crazier and crazier.
So of course she was
no.
like no, but they put her in there. So when she landed, her face, everything was just like, oh my God, like she couldn't believe it. And I seen that and I was like, wow, like
put someone's door
you really put somebody in the bin. Wow. Like, I did not know how to take that. And somehow on Twitter, if you see one negative thing, you see the reactions, more stuff comes out, it becomes a thread, more people. So that's what I mean. One thing sparks another thing, sparks another. So I see somebody tweet something like, "Oh, you people are disgraceful. You're throwing people in bins. You're hitting people with skateboards. I can't believe you guys." I'm like, skateboards?
You tried to link.
So watch this. Another guy, these are, and this is what hurts me the most, is black people doing it. It's black people doing it. So watch this.
There's a lot of us, man. We can't all be.
I know.
No skin folk is skin folk.
I know, and that's what I learned, and I still learn that every day. This girl was like, I can't remember what she said. She must have said something like, "No, you're not gonna do nothing," or something along that lines of just no, like turning the guy down, basically. This guy was like, "What?" And he just grabbed his skateboard, full on swing. You can see his hand.
But those wheels and those trucks, and that stuff is heavy duty.
The way she dropped to the floor, bro. I don't know, bro. It made me uncomfortable. I couldn't. And the guys
so they
again.
just filmed themselves attacking women, black women.
And the guys again, and they were ooh ha ha ha, and somehow they found some sort of like joy in doing that. That is not black boy joy. That's not even humane. That's just horrible. Period. I don't even know what to call that.
Crazy.
That's wild. Off of rejection.
Hey man, what you do today? I hit a girl with skateboard.
Imagine that. Like, so you're so hurt by this girl saying no to you that you hit her with a skateboard. What would you have done if she said yeah?
That's crazy, man.
I don't even want to go there, but what if she said yes? What would you have done? We're gonna leave that there.
I can see why you left Twitter, because those two videos you just described, if I saw those two,
come on, bro,
that'd have messed up my day.
I couldn't. It messed up my week. Remember, you saw me talking about it, and I was like, no.
There's weird trends. There's weird. Like I see, the one that constantly gets me. Every now and then it will get me. So I've been ignoring this for a couple of years now.
Good.
It started maybe in the last 2 years, because it would mainly be like American accounts, and I'm like, yeah, but are we in the UK? Then it started being on like UK accounts, whatever. Then I'm like, well, my heart's really in the motherland, and I'm seeing it on like accounts in like from African people. And started hitting me now. That's why you should never ignore a problem. You should address it or try and help solve it. So there's this tweet that I guess for retweets or for likes, or maybe people genuinely feel this way, but there's this tweet every now and then a while that's along the lines of, because there's a lot of, the Me Too movement, there's a lot of rape in the world and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's this tweet that always pops up that people like to put out. That'll be like, "Oh, if you're a male, you're just a rapist waiting to happen." Along those kind of lines. And it's like,
don't talk. No.
I always found it offensive, but it didn't bother me when it was the American accounts, when it was the UK accounts. It really started bothering me when it was like,
back home.
Wait, what? You're in Ghana? Wait, you're in Nigeria? You're in Kenya? Like, it was like really. And then underneath it is like a bunch of guys like, trying to use logic, like, yeah, that mean your father, your sister, your father, your brother, your grandfather, whatever. Trying to argue with these women, but then in there's like a lot of people, including guys like
trying to co-sign.
Like, yeah, we're definitely. If you're a guy, you're just rapist with that.
Horrible. Imagine thinking like that. And
it's just like, I don't even want to argue with it. It's just like, whoa.
But these are the type of things that I will see, and everybody knows how I am on Twitter. If you have my Twitter accounts, you're gonna see capital letters. You're gonna see me cussing everybody out. You're gonna see me swearing.
Yep. And I come on there and I like and I retweet and I jump in.
Because I can't a lot, and that's another thing. And this is another reason why I uninstalled Twitter as well, because I've realized some people aren't how they are in real life on Twitter. Like there'll be one.
That's
way
why.
on Twitter,
that's why you shouldn't take it seriously, right? But then it's hard not to.
One way on Twitter and then another way in real life.
Yeah, it's for the likes of the tweets. It's like a business. It's like,
I can't be that.
It's like promotion. I see it a lot because it's a lot of, for example, it's a lot of girls in relationships. I'm assuming happy relationships that are on there spewing a lot of be single critique.
Yes,
there's a lot of
men are trash. They got a whole.
There's a lot of guys that I know personally like queens. you know, like dark skinned women like that, whatever. And on there they're like, oh, like you're white. There's a lot of weird, like, do you know what I mean? And they get some, I don't know, maybe it's for like sponsorships or something. I don't know, but it's definitely business. Social media is like a business, and if the retweets and stuff are negative, but it gets you
100K,
the sponsorship.
Yeah,
I think that's a lot of people's angles, and it's gonna be funny when we grow this because, like it or not, those demons are gonna appear.
Yeah,
like it or not, it's gonna. Can you tone down the black boy joy? Can it just be? Can it just be joy? Because
they always do that.
Why would it be a sex and the
they always do that. So they always find a way to flip something positive.
I know he's gonna stand strong, and I'm gonna take the 100K, and you know I'm gonna pay for it. Repent. I'm playing. I can hear his heart like. Hell no. Hell no. Black Lives Matter.
Always. And that's the point. I couldn't take seeing that much negativity. I couldn't. Because I know what I'll do in real life. You're going to throw somebody in the bin.
Nah, I couldn't just stand there and watch. I'm with you on that.
What?
Especially a female.
What?
That's crazy. Ooh, wow. No, that offends people. A lady, a girl, can't say female. My God.
Oh, man.
No. But for that, it's like someone explained it to me a bit. And I was like...
Before we move on, my bad, bro. Before we move on, the positive was some women found out who the lady was that got thrown in the trash, and they like literally just dolled her up, did her hair, like gave her like a whole day, and just kind of just like lifted up her.
Wait, hold on. That pisses me off.
Go on.
Do you know what that pisses me off?
What?
Thank you, sisters, for dolling up this girl and really making a positive.
Yeah.
But wasn't it men that did this to her? The actual crime?
Yeah.
What are we doing about it, fellas? It's a challenge. Okay, it's a challenge right now to Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, or whatever. Because of this, I'm gonna try and find her myself. Yeah. What we doing for her, fellas? Let's outdo each other. I'm personally taking along the challenge myself. I'm gonna try and figure out who she is and see what I can do. I'm not saying, you know, give her a ring or buy her a Lamborghini. I'm gonna figure out some kind of gesture that I can do, and the rest of you guys. Do you know what I mean? Why the ladies taking the
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, because
what can we do, guys?
Because they feel as if we ain't.
Yeah, and that's why we're gonna change that from this episode.
You know,
let's all try and just outdo each other a little bit and do a little sign. It could be just a nice. Find her account and tweet her. Do you know what I mean? Don't everyone take that lazy ass approach to what I'm saying. But it could just be a nice gesture. But let's try and reach out to this sister and do something and not just leave it to the women to do it. Do you know what I mean? Let's do it. And I don't want to hear all that, you know, I did something in private. I understand that. I'm a private person. But right now it's about raising awareness that we're here for the sisters. So film it, screenshot, whatever it is. Yeah, it's about raising awareness. Let's do something for her. Because believe it or not, other men seeing that will push them to do things. Yeah.
So yeah, her smart, bro. Like she was just so radiant, bro. And you know how it is when a black woman is happy. Like she was so just. Yeah, I mean, she was so happy,
I like
bro.
That. Y'all feel free to start your own
so
hashtag
happy.
there.
Just
black girl joy.
Like you know? Just so like she was glowing, bro.
That's what's
Do you know what I mean? That made me happy. As for the skateboarder guy, his deals got sent to the police.
Good.
So I think he's in jail right now.
That's assault.
Or something. Or arrested or something. And you know, that's one of the things. I saw some people doing the George Floyd challenge, which is mocking and imitating how George Floyd died. And these
you can't escape that. I saw that on my timeline as well.
And just little things like that. So much negative stuff. Like, Twitter was supposed to be a space where you could just express yourself. That's my own thought process. Same way YouTube was. Because in the beginning, YouTube was YouTube express yourself. That was the full, what do you call it, before everything got complicated.
For money came.
Don't censor us, YouTube. So, you know.
YouTube wouldn't dare.
They would.
We wouldn't dare YouTube. Yeah, I threatened YouTube.
We're gonna need to start a Patreon. Yeah, so just so much stuff that that's my main point. there was no way to control the information. People say, oh, well, you know, you can mute, you can block, you can unfollow. Nah. Somebody's going to somehow retweet, somehow it's going to get back to you somehow. When something is trending, almost everybody you know is liking, is retweeting, is sharing, is talking about his screenshot.
You know, I've actually got into disagreements with people I know.
Yeah.
Because of something they retweeted. Because I've actually come to them like, yo. And they, and they say to me, oh, that's not, I didn't tweet that, that's not my view. And I'm like, but you retweeted it, which means you agree.
I've actually delete stuff.
Because it's like,
shout out to my fires.
My whole thing is like, you retweeted it, which means you co-signing it. And they're like, no, I'm retweeting it for whatever reason. And I'm like, no, like you retweeted that. That's the same as you tweet. That's the same as you tweet. Like, I've actually come up people and be like, how could you? You know what I mean? And it's like, it's crazy.
So that's my thing. I realize sometimes I might not get it right. Sometimes I might say something stupid. Sometimes I might see something stupid and react. I realized how much of an effect this thing was having over my emotions in real life. Yeah. It's an app on the phone.
No, people say it's an app, it's this or whatever.
No.
It's all part of this reality. It's all part of existence.
I call it the Matrix. Me personally.
It's like this whole it's an easy way to like dismiss that, or it's just an app, or it's just it. No, it's part of your life. You're using it. Yeah. It's real life.
You're touching it every day. Like we're not even gonna.
And when your brain sees these images, it can't tell the difference.
There you go.
It goes in your subconscious. You sleep on it. It affects your emotions.
You see? So this thing was affecting me, and I forgot. Like I really got a life outside of this internet stuff. Like a lot of people know me. I'm always promoting something on the internet. I'm always doing something on the internet. I'm always putting something on Instagram. I'm always in the. So if I go quiet, some people start asking, "Yo, you? Oh yeah,
what's good?
What's wrong?" Like, but I just realized like I had to in Denzel's word, I just had to put the phone down.
You realize your power. You realize your power.
Yeah, it's my phone.
You have the phone. You can. Do you know what I mean?
It's called a smartphone, and I will always say this, and I'm gonna write this down
smarter
too.
Than you.
Right, a smartphone will keep you stupid if you let it. I'm gonna write that down, and if y'all wanna write that down, feel free. Just put my name in there. A smartphone will keep you stupid if you let it. This was an app on my phone. I had every chance in the world to just stop. And it took certain extremes. It took me physically being mad, going to sleep, waking up, I'm still mad. And even after I installed it, guess what was happening next? I started thinking about tweets I saw already.
Yeah, because like I said,
you know what I mean?
It's real life because it gets in your subconscious. And it's
so now I started thinking, I'm like, wow, how locked in was I? Like, how invested was I in this thing?
No. But you did a smart step. You did a smart step that I think is important that you shared.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, what they're worried about is if I delete my account, I lose all those all that stuff, innit? And then now you're speaking something that they might not be aware of. That you don't have to delete your account. You don't have to deactivate nothing.
No, just
if you just delete the app itself, your account is fine.
That's it.
When you're ready, when you heal yourself.
Yes, exactly. You can come back.
Yourself, you can come back, and if you feel you're ready, you can take over. So it doesn't have to be a complete extreme.
No.
Even if you do want to work towards deactivating your account, and that's something new. This step exists.
And that's what another thing that I've done in the past, and it didn't work for me. Because I had an account before this one, and I deactivated it, like I deleted it. And a lot of people knew me on my old account, and I had to start from scratch, build this one back up again. People had to know that I deleted it, things like that. It's tough. It is tough when you build something up. It is tough when you think that something is precious or valuable. I had to start seeing the value in myself. Whew. I had to start seeing the value in myself. I'm not the retweets. I'm not the followers. I'm not the likes. I'm not the quotes. I'm not trending. It's the words that's trending. Not only that, it's the app. I don't get a red cent from trending on Twitter unless other people get involved and it's external pieces like sponsorships and whatever.
And throughout all that, Twitter's making
that's it. Your Twitter is a $1 million app. And we still don't know where that comes from because the app itself is free. But everything else that comes with it, the exchanges and other things that we probably still aren't aware of. Because how are they making the money if it's a free app?
Because I don't really see that much advertising.
I don't see it. So there's got to be other external things in the works.
Some techie people.
You never know.
Get in the comments. Let us know how Twitter's making that money.
Right. So my point is, I'm still me. I'm me when I put the phone down. I'm me when I sleep. I'm me when I wake up. I had to stop. I had to, because it was affecting my life. And that's wild to say, because it's a lot of people might laugh and go, oh, it's just an app. It's not that deep. No, but that's the problem.
It is that deep.
It is that deep.
It is that deep. It's part of your life.
It's part of you.
It is that deep.
You know? So that was one thing. A lot of people then say, oh, well, you still got Instagram. You still got this. Everything is a process, number one. Number two, with my Instagram, I felt like I can still control my Instagram to a certain degree. Do you understand what I mean?
There's nothing negative on mine.
No.
Instagram is good because it keeps showing you what you see.
That's it.
So there's a lot of topless guys on Instagram with abs. Because I'm getting into that the greatest shit of my life. There's a lot of fashion in my Instagram. I mean, it's just what I'm about. A lot of happiness, a lot of jokes, a lot of TikToks, a lot of fun stuff.
So that's my thing.
But on Twitter, there's a lot of stuff I don't...
That you don't like, but you see it anyway.
Like, who's sending me this stuff? And like you're saying, it's all the likes and retweets and...
So, certain apps you may feel more comfortable on. Right now on Instagram, I'm more comfortable on it. I don't put everything up all the time. I use it as a way to let people know what I'm doing, to promote my work, to promote my art. I'm not stunting on Instagram. I'm not pretending my life is one way when it's not. Because that's another side of Instagram. A lot of people pretend on there.
Really?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes, they do.
You're pretending?
A lot of people pretend.
I hear this a lot.
A lot of people, and this is what I mean.
I hear this a lot, but I believe all these guys are just hench from eating cabbage.
Forget about
the posted man ate cabbage and got
about,
hench.
let's not even go to the body. We talking about.
I feel like these girls getting flown to Dubai and the man them with the Rolls Royces. I feel like they own those cars and they chose to park it in the hood.
No.
No?
If you're really from the hood, you know coming to the hood with no Rolls Royce. Let's just be real.
No fake?
Let's be real.
All of it?
If you go to the hood with the Rolls Royce, 9 times out of 10, you're being stopped by the wrong people.
But then
9 times out of
the
10.
Rolls Royce, like in the music video and stuff, surely if it wasn't yours, you wouldn't have it in the music.
It's called a rental.
But, like for example, my Fiesta is in my music video, and it's mine.
But you're thorough though. I'm
saying, so surely the car in their music video is theirs.
No.
No?
Especially if it's a brand new artist. That's definitely not their car. Anyway, my point.
Boozled.
Yeah, bro. My point is, like, I figured out that I could use Instagram in a promotional way. Some people use Twitter that way. I just aren't there yet.
Bruv, none of my tweets have banged. But then it could be that we're not negative, because like we just said negative stuff back. Like none of my tweets have, like I will get like a good number of likes and retweets. And when I say a good number, it's like 10 or something. 10, like maybe twice ever. But then I've not been on it long.
My tweets though, man. I've been on there. I've got like 16,000 tweets.
And I don't know if it's like who I'm following or the people I'm following or whatever, but none of my stuff bang. My Instagram still hasn't hit that K. Like I've got views on like videos on Instagram or posts that hit the K. Like,
right.
55K. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I ain't got the K followers yet. Nothing. What's going on?
Remember, because you're a thorough bro.
If only there was some way I could pay money in exchange for the K. Nah, no one's doing that. I'm sure they're just growing their.
Are they doing that?
I'm sure they're just growing their.
Are they doing that? Are they? I'm gonna ask God if they're doing that.
No, I'm sure. Like if the account has like one post and it's just of some Jordans, but the account has like 2 million followers. I'm sure like they just. I'm sure they grew that with one picture.
Oh no, that's the worst type. My point. My point is, it's what you can control. Kobe Bryant said, "Control what you can control," and that's just it right there. That applies in so many different areas. So we just use Twitter as an example. That applies in real life. When this camera turn off, he's still King Aries.
Yep, this is my silk shirt, man.
Is it?
Like,
when this camera turn off, I'm still AJ Raw. That's who I am. The difference is I'm able to create. When I'm creating something, when I'm being AJ Raw, it's in a creative format. That's it.
Yo.
That's it. I'm still a real person. There's people that don't know me as AJ Raw. What does AJ Raw mean? What does the acronym stand for? Like, these are... You know what I mean? What does King Aries mean? Who is King Aries? What's he like off camera?
You know, that's kind of dope. Should we segue into our artist name meanings?
Go ahead.
Should we do that?
Start off.
You start. Okay. My artist name is King Aries.
Mm-hmm.
For people who know me personally, know that my real name is.
We're not telling you that on camera.
For everyone knows I'm King Aries. So yeah, King Aries is a king.
Mm-hmm.
I wear my crown of pride.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a king.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm Liberian and Ghanaian. Half Liberian, half Ghanaian.
Mm.
So my dad's an Ashanti chief.
Mm.
So I'm royal blood. I'm king. I'm a king.
Mm.
Even though I would never take that crown. But yeah. So
No,
that's where the king comes from.
Well, you were born with it, so.
So the king comes from my lineage.
Mm.
And Aries is, fun enough, is from Amun-Ra. Yeah. But I chose to use the Greek ripoff. No, I'm playing. Aries is the god of war in Greek mythology. And unfortunately, when I was young, Liberia had a crazy civil war and I was stuck in the civil war. And I saw a lot of crazy things. A lot of things happened to me. Just gonna gloss over it. There's a bullet in my lower back. So,
Wow.
war is like my childhood and like my life. Like, do you know what I mean?
Wow.
And then I moved to this country as a refugee. So I'm not here as an immigrant. I'm a refugee. I came here to seek refuge.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm an asylum seeker. So I'm not like we came here for a better life. I came here to live. Yeah. So I took the king. And war being just causing me so much pain, all the negative, I used that, like as you see, like in my sport, but just in my daily drive, I used that war and I used that fire and passion to create good and to push for better myself. So I chose to become the god of war.
Take notes.
So that's my name, King Aries, King of War, God of War.
That's
So
amazing.
I put that together.
That's amazing. So mine is AJ Raw. AJ is an acronym for my first name and my middle name.
Which are?
Not gonna say that on camera. And Ra is something that I believe is part of history that's been forgotten. For anybody that does not know, Ra actually means, because there's been a fake meaning that's been going around for years now, which is part of the problem. It's the same thing with nigger and where that word derives from, which actually means negus, which actually means king, ruler, leader, and everything positive. Now, when you get the Atlantic slave trade and the Arab slave trade and things of that nature, and you start getting into the original meanings of what that derived from, which was actually Eritrea, which is where negus is from, which that's the positive meaning.
Damn.
My point is, Ra means the creator of everything, aka God. Now, a lot of people may see Ra and they just equate to the sun god, and that's obviously the glossed over meaning.
Yeah, don't read deep enough.
You don't read deep enough, you don't do your research. The Egyptians, who were originally black, like us, and obviously part of our historic heritage in the motherland, which was basically what Tokyo is now, which is basically the hub for creating things, for trading things, for growing things, for learning things.
That's so true. I like how you link that. That's so true. That's what Tokyo is.
Vegetables, monuments, you name it. That's what Egypt was before it got, conquered and whatnot and taken over and things like that. So to link history and to link the divine creator, who I obviously believe in, and to understand that he's a god of many names, which a lot of people get confused, conscrewed, twisted up, and things of that nature. I believe that I reflect God. I reflect that. I reflect a piece of that. And in everything that I do, whether it be in my creativeness, in my art, in my words, in my actions, in my attitude towards people and meeting people, I can be godlike. So not God himself, but godlike, which is why it's the second part of a alter ego or stage name and things of that nature.
And when he gets on that mic, he's a rap god.
That's it. So, that's what AJ Ra is basically synonymous for, because it's actually my real name and Ra. You put that together and you get me. So, when you figure out what my names mean, I'll tell you the meaning of my name. So my first name means the crown on top.
Where's that from?
Nigeria.
Okay.
And I'm
that helps them a bit.
Yeah, well, I'm literally, if you haven't seen the No Shame in My Name podcast, shout out to Ogechi. She obviously interviewed me.
Search that
up. You guys, you already know.
Link's gonna be in the description.
Definitely. It's also on my page and in my playlist. I've done a review on it. Whatever you need to do to catch up on it. I break down the full meaning of my name. I'm gonna. The full meaning of my name.
Because they're gonna be looking for the link in the description.
I'm gonna send it to you. Don't worry about that. The full meaning of my name, who named me, what it means, etc., etc. So that's why I didn't feel the need to say on camera. And obviously James, King James, etc., etc. So I'm named after royalty. I'm named after the embodiment of royalty.
That's crazy.
And back home, my dad says I'm of a prince lineage. So that all ties up.
We have similar stage names.
That's it.
Based on similar.
That's it.
Guys, this is my homie.
Like we really
my
fuck
homie.
with each other off camera.
And I didn't know how similar our stage names or our lineage was until just now.
What he was saying
this
to
my
me,
homie.
I just figured this out, and that's what this whole thing is about.
People think my name's to do with star sign. You know, the A-R-I-E-S.
You see, and they think I'm imitating the sun.
I'm a Libra. I'm not an Aries.
I mean, I can't say that I don't imitate
Apparently
the sun.
I'm a
Like I do shine a lot. I am positive. My energy is big and
Yo.
contagious. Like everybody knows that. But
like
that's
that.
not my intention. You know what I
You
mean?
just set me up for a nice meme now. Hey, this nigga's spitting.
Hey man,
I like that.
AJ Raw for a reason, bro.
I like that.
But and this all off the dome. We did not practice or rehearse this. We literally just exchanged notes what we want to talk about. And as you can see, something beautiful happens every time we turn on the camera. We're literally in front of a sun-like. I'm gonna stop. It's too much. Anyway, it's too much. I'm gonna stop.
Wake them
My
up.
point-
Wake them up. Let them. Yo.
My point is, that's the poetic background anyway. And that's the creative background. That's what I'm saying. Like, we constantly create something. We constantly are in a certain mode. This is what happens when we turn the camera on. We create something great. The creator of something great. See how that works? That's what BunDat podcast is about. That's the meaning of my name anyway. To be positive in everything and to be the creator of everything that you do. That's what I'm choosing to do. I'm choosing to be a creative, creating positive content for you guys on this podcast, whether it be on the mic, whether it be poetry, whatever I choose to do, I'm going to be the creator of it. I'm going to be the owner of it. I'm going to be the positive embodiment of that thing. So is this man right here. He's used his, his historic background and his hardships and his just incredible story, which I'm still learning about, to push him to be the best version of himself. And when I say that, this is one of the best people that I've probably ever met through the game of basketball, which is another thing. The fact that he's never allowed me to be negative. I've been through so much nonsense, and he's just always been positive. He's always just figured out a way to push me when I didn't want to be pushed anymore, when I didn't care no more. He's going out of his way to help me film this thing right now, and this just started from an idea. It was talking about it one time, and it just became.
That's how the greatest things happen, bro.
Yeah. So those are the embodiments of our names. Those are why we do what we do. We want to do something positive and informative. You good?
My corona.
That's what.
I'm messing.
We want to be able to put something good, positive, informative, and funny out. And this is what this podcast is about. And ironically, this is episode 7, my favorite number, and the amount of letters that are in my full name. So there you go. And I'm pretty sure that's why I'm so on right now. I had no idea until everything.
They're getting closer to the name.
You feel me?
They're gonna be doing their mathematics.
Some of them might, but if you don't want to
Carry the one.
carry the one and whatnot. Okay.
They're gonna be adding the letters. Carry the one. Is that most people do that?
And they fully will. My point. So yeah, so that's the whole point of this thing is to be positive in a time where everything is negative, in a time where a lot of people are suffering, a lot of people ain't making it, a lot of people didn't see this. So, you know, we want to do flip the narrative, flip the script, show people and the world that in reality we can make something great when we're in unison and when we're in unity. And that's our superpower. That's your superpower. So, like, comment, share, subscribe.
Before you go,
if there's anything
to bring out some negativity and then end on some positivity. First of all, this is BunDat podcast, right? This is BunDat podcast.
How could I forget? I try to run away from the bunny, but go ahead.
So, Twitter?
BunDat.
Rah.
Out of there. See you later.
The bird app is gone. All right. The bird app is gone.
We can do it again. Let's do that again. We've never messed up a BunDat. So.
Yeah. Alright. Twitter.
BunDat. Yeah.
Now for some positive,
Yeah.
Some positive. Fellas. And again, disclaimer. This doesn't mean ladies, you shouldn't go out your way to reach out to the sister and do good things. I love what I'm saying. Continue it. More do it. But fellas, BunDat podcast is issuing a challenge to the fellas, He said a girl got thrown into the trash can.
Yeah, into the trash.
Let's try and do our research, do our Googles, find this girl, reach out to her, and do a gesture of goodwill. Something nice for her. Don't just leave it to the ladies. I'm taking a challenge as well, and let's document it, Let's do this.
I'm with it. I'm with that.
So, it's been another lovely episode of BunDat podcast,
Episode 7, that's coming to you guys soon. I've been AJ Raw,
King Aries,
and this is BunDat podcast.
We out.
Yeah.